Hej och välkomna tillbaka till del 3 av min Hogwarts Legacy playthrough. Och jag ska för första ta fram här. Så där, så vi kan se någonting. Vi lämnar ju förra avsnittet hos Luken, men jag har varit och tagit en thumbnail till videosarna. Så jag har inte gjort någonting när det kommer till storyline eller något sånt. Vi fortsätter där vi var. Vi ska åka till, jag tror det är Natty. Hobology. Ska vi ha Hobology eller Natty? Sen måste vi ju göra det här också. Vi gör Wagadu grejen. Då gör vi så här. Har jag den? För att det är en liten bit att springa. Där är det ju. Så då börjar vi väl med att... För att sen kan vi ju ha... Har vi... The South Wing? Ja. Och sen får man bara springa. Och hoppas att man inte springer på några enemies. Men det tror jag väl inte. Det är bara att springa. Men då kan man ju liksom ta in the views, så att säga. Jag trodde det var längre, men det var det inte. Jag tänker följa stigen, för att om jag springer genom skogen då kan man starta på fienden.
I should investigate.
Och det känns lite onödigt. Vänta, här finns det ju den lilla hutten där.
Revelio.
Precis. Oj. Sånt där. Vänta, det finns en toalett här. Haha. Nice. Var det allt? Yes, det var det. Det där ser ju ut som Hagrids hatt. Lite grann. Men det är det inte. Hagrids hatt finns inte i det här spelet tyvärr. Så ja, vi fortsätter springa. Förlåt, min röst är sönder. Sen finns det väl en cave någonstans här. Eller en cave och cave. Det vet jag inte om det finns. Men här finns det ju något... Ja. Vi tar den där. Nej. Jag kan inte göra något med det här. Jag ska flytta den där. Jag har inte Wingardium Leviosa. Nej, vet du vad? Vi skiter i det här. Jag måste springa. Den där bladet vill inte jag starta på just nu. Med tanke på att jag inte har så många spells. Vi kommer tillbaka till den där... Till den där... caven när jag har Wingardium Leviosa. Så fortsätter vi springa här. Här är hon, men jag ska sådär. Nu pratar vi.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy their new home.
Udel. Alltså, jag är inte en Gryffindor. Ursäkta. Om jag skulle vara en Gryffindor så skulle jag vara glad to hear it. Men jag liksom tar den här.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Det var därför jag ville berätta för henne. Men bror, gå inte in i mig.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
Uh-oh.
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Oh. Han driver i mun.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Ja men kom igen, ge mig. Ja, men jag förstår.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Och det är klart.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner.
Revelio.
And so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who
Aw.
piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Here's what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and
Just det, det är hon
archaeologist
som har.
specializing in Merlins work and life.
Det som är intressant det är att det här utspelar sig ju på typ 1800-talet, tror jag. Eller något sånt. 75. Ja, men typ 1880, 1890. Och det är ganska kul att se att jag vet att allt det här är fiction. Alltså det här är inte något riktigt överhuvudtaget. Men det är kul att de la in ett ursäkta, men lesbiskt par. Om man nu får säga så.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Ja, gud.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Revelio.
Where's the from the trunk? Här.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swirl.
Incendio!
Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens.
Oh.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted. Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink. Incendio!
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
Yes, how beautiful!
What a day.
Revelio.
Hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallow suit, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Revelio.
Det beror lite på vad... Nu tar vi henne.
Some assistance.
Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Vänta. Ja.
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back.
Okej.
I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
Kom igen nu då.
This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is. I should let Grace know that I found her family astrolabe.
Och jag behöver akta mig för den där saken där. Vi springer.
You didn't find the dive too terribly difficult.
Nej.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
I did, but it wasn't easy. I shall need to be compensated.
I see. That's fair, I suppose. A reward, so to speak, for finding the buried treasure. Thank you for recovering it. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there. Thank you again. And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go this far.
Vi fortsätter på våran main quest. Sen kan vi komma tillbaka hit och göra hans uppdrag. För att jag vet inte vilken level jag är just nu. Jag är level 8. Jag skulle gärna vilja vara i typ level 10 för att göra hans lilla quest. Jag vet inte varför. Men vi ska typ med hans quest där borta. Hans quest där borta, vi ska typ rädda någon ifrån nej. Okej. Vi har inte fått den. Att få Alohomora är det värsta, typ det värsta uppdraget någonsin. Men vi gör så här. Vi ska kolla här nu vad vi ska göra. Hobology. Nu ska vi se här. Och det är ju snyggt, men jag tror vi ska ha den. Har en one handles, men det kommer vi... Har vi något mer? Här har vi den där. Nej. För vi kan ju sälja det där också. För våra pengar. Kan vi ha Hobology class. Och sen tar vi Hogwarts map. Så. Jag vet inte hur länge jag har spelat in just nu. Vi sätter en timer på säg 40 minuter. vänta. ...45 minuter sätter vi på. Så vi ser hur långt vi har kommit. Ja, de där tar vi också sen. För då måste vi fortsätta på våran main quest. Jag håller på att fixa saker. Det är det jag gör. Oj, en howler. Fett mysigt.
Good morning, Professor Garlic. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Jättesöt. Titta i sättet Sebastian kollar på oss.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Uh-oh. Oh.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started.
I should think Professor Garlic would be more careful with her mandrakes.
Han kommer gå rakt. Nej, titta vad duktig han är. Han är ju blind. Dittany seeds.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
Hey, don't steal my man.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Jag ska.
I'll say, nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Nicholas Fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that.
Jag älskar Wiggenweld.
What say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. Cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Alltså Professor Garlic är ju söt. Alltså hon är så snäll.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you.
Varför är vi så jävla korta?
I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good.
Revelio.
But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put... Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Grab it. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that'd have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class.
Alltså så här.
Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Revelio.
Jag har spelat igenom det här spelet ganska många gånger nu. Jag använder typ aldrig vad heter det? Alltså planter. Alltså typ såhär, men shiny chomping cabbage. Vänta, ursäkta.
Revelio.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Uh-oh. There's ingenting to ta.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Alltså, ja, jag gillar henne.
mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Revelio.
I'll be weak from spin twitches. Interesting notion.
What am I missing?
Det här är en sidequest. Så vi kollar vidare på inventory vi har. Just we can't grow them. Just det. Dittany leaves. Okej. Vi går kolla på quests. Potions class. Professor Sharp. Vi springer dit. Det här är också en kul grej. Men det kan vi göra sen. När vi inte har så mycket annat att göra. Vänta. Den är ju typ där, men vart då där? Där är den. Åh, hej. Oho.
Revelio.
Där. Ni får pausa om ni vill läsa om dem. Där.
From the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Blackwood never
Oj.
Professor Sharp's desk. I bet he knows more than he's letting on about.
Jag ska hämta lite och dricka. Och sen så ska jag hämta något och dricka och så att jag kommer lämna för 3 sekunder. Så kommer jag tillbaka om 3 sekunder.
You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Point for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Oj, oj, oj.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion. Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
Professor Sharp didn't seem as impressed as you are.
Don't take it personally. Professor Sharp wouldn't be impressed by a troll reciting the tales of Beetle the Bard backwards. And in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Okej, nu ska vi gå in här. Vad är
I
det?
hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office.
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I
Men
simply
kom
need a
igen.
single Fooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Alltså oavsett vad jag än gör, eller kommer att göra, så...
Revelio.
Han kommer inte sakna den, det bara saknas en stor jävla fjäder. Så.
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished. My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's.
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Dragon tongue! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
Åh herregud.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again.
Ah.
Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Vi tar den till Wiggenweld när vi ändå har Ditty Seeds. För själva grejen att sen när vi får the Room of Requirements så kan vi ju brew our own.
I brewed an Adura's potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your
Jag är
expectations.
bäst. Han är
Rare
bäst.
occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
Greetings, young Slytherin. Scrope knows about the old book you found for Professor Fig. Scrope can help you. And you can help Scrope. Get to the courtyard past the pendulum. If you don't know it, you'll see it easy enough. And don't tell anyone what you're up to. Especially Professor Black.
Nu springer vi dit. Om vi kommer ut genom dörren. Jag tänker att vi springer dit för att
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Oj, men gud. Oh, wow.
Incendio.
Som sagt, vi tar det här på vägen. När det ändå... Tänk att gå på Hogwarts. Det skulle vara så här häftigt. I suppose the book you found is missing something. Scout does not believe it's safe to speak of it. No, note across the bridge among the circles of rocks. Take care. Tell no one about this.
Scrope? Who is Scrope?
Jag ska också kolla om vi har fått mer. Men jag håller ju på med den. Oj. Det här är den kända bron. Alltså tänk vad fint. Oj, alltså jag vill alltså out of
Revelio.
Levioso.
Revelio.
Det är någonting jag ska göra.
Incendio.
Vet inte vad.
Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Revelio.
Jag fattar inte vad jag ska göra. Riktigt. Ursäkta, men jag ska nog sätta upp det här. Vi stannar klockan. Scopes last hope. Oj. För jag fattar inte. Scopes last hope. Hogwarts Legacy. Nu fattar jag. Okej.
Revelio.
Jag tror jag fattar. Jag är inte helt 100. Vänta.
Incendio. Levioso. Lumos. Accio.
Just stand from the stones of a look inside. Oh, you may be able to help broken hearted scope.
Pumpkins. Ah, I think I know just the place.
I do too.
Revelio.
The wrong Slytherin must be. Let's go by the water's edge.
Down to the water's edge. This had better not be a trick.
Det är det, för vi kommer möta lite fienden. Kom igen. jävlar. Oj. Här är det.
Thank you for coming all this way. The name's Scrope. Scrope serves the headmaster. Been in the Black family for years. Apologies for the abundance of notes. Scrope wanted to be sure you weren't followed.
What's this all about? Your notes mentioned the book I found in the restricted section.
Scrope can tell you more in exchange for your help, but no one, especially the headmaster, can know.
I'm not so sure about this. I don't need the headmaster upset with me.
Oh, the headmaster won't be upset. Scrope simply wants to surprise him. Scrope will explain. Scrope's late mistress, Apollonia Black, may she rest in peace, was a student at Hogwarts over 50 years ago. Before she died, she spoke with passion of pages ripped from a book. Scrope suspects she took them to her private grotto. She was delirious at the end, poor thing. Mistook belladonna for elderberries. Scrope tried to warn her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how do you benefit if I find the pages?
Scrope believes that a treasured Black family ring is also in the grotto. Scrope wishes to give it to the headmaster. Apollonia forbade Scrope from entering the grotto long ago. Scrope continues to honour her wishes. Scrope would not dare ask a student for help, but when Scrope learned you were looking for those pages, Scrope thought you might also find the ring.
How did you know that I'd found a book and that it's missing pages?
Scrope and the other house elves are good at staying out of sight. Scrope hears and sees many things in the castle. Scrope knows how to keep secrets.
Tell me more about this treasured ring.
Oh, it's adorned with the Black family crest. The headmaster would be pleased with Scrope for returning it.
How did you injure your ear?
The Blacks have a tradition of decapitating their house elves when their service is no longer required. One day, dear Apollonia was understandably frustrated with Scrope and got a bit too eager with a cleaver. Scrope was able to convince the sweet girl of his value and now views this small injury as a reminder of her good heart.
Good heart.
It seems this may help us both. I shall do it.
Scrope is relieved. Scrope hoped the young Slytherin would be willing to help. Take this toast to the grotto just down the coast and place it on the pedestal there. Good luck. Scrope will wait right here for you. Best of luck finding your pages.
Oh! Oh! Oj, vad rädd jag blev. Ah! 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 Bah, 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 bah.
Yes. Incendio.
Ah!
Accio. Incendio. Protego.
Alltså de där är jätte... Okej. Ja, jag förklarar det där också.
Why would I need a piece of toast? I suppose that's where it goes.
Alltså sorry att jag skrek. Men alltså... I do not like this. De där hatar jag.
Could it be? A visitor?
Oh,
Ooh. The name's Richard Jackdaw. I was a student, just like you, about a century ago. How in the world did you find this place?
A house elf named Scrope sent me. Said I might find a black family ring here.
Ah. Sorry to say, I sold the ring a long time ago. Poor Scrope. Still holds a candle for Apollonia, I reckon. Can't say I blame him. I stole all these treasures just to impress her. Alas, 'twas to no avail. I thought a secret map I pilfered from Peeves would pique her interest. She simply rolled her eyes. What would I want with yellowed old pages torn from a book? Not my finest moment.
I must insist that you give them to me at once.
They're not here. I thought if Apollonia wasn't interested in the map on the pages, perhaps it would lead to something that would intrigue her. So, I followed the map to what I can only describe as an enchanted cave of some kind. And you see what happened next? Here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to find the pages.
I think I could guess how you died, but who did it to you?
I was having a look around when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze. After that, I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Why did I need the toast to get in here?
Oh, that was Apollonia's idea. Seems some squids love toast. They should have taught you that at Hogwarts.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves, a poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's sure to cause the most chaos. He dropped them after a particularly aggressive romp through the library.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
Nu kom igen. Simma då.
Scrope. Thanks to you, I was able to enter Apollonia's grotto. The toast was the key. I met a ghost there, Richard Jackdaw, who's agreed to lead me to the pages I've been looking for.
That boy was never good enough for Apollonia. Oh, what of the Black family ring?
I'm sorry to say that Jackdaw sold it long ago.
Sad news indeed. Scrope shall need to think of another way to impress the headmaster. Well, Scrope takes some consolation in knowing that the young Slytherin found what they needed.
I did. Thank you again, Scrope. You're a credit to House Elves.
Nu så ska vi... Oj, nej. Fel. Antingen gör vi det. Vi attend... Map. Så vi får... Vad får vi? Vi får något spel. Och jag tror att det kan vara ganska bra att ha. Grej att ha. Hufflepuff.
I hope you were able to take care of everything.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus.
Mm-hmm.
Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand.
Expelliarmus.
Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigella's Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds horrible.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may or may not have heard that I was an unspeakable at the Ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
Och det här gör ju så att...
Expelliarmus! You seem to have the right end of the stick.
Incendio.
Expelliarmus may save your life one day.
Mhm.
Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Expelliarmus.
Still at it, I see.
Sådär.
Revelio.
Nu har vi faktiskt spelat en bit. Vi har spelat ungefär en timme ish. Och jag tänker att om vi kollar här. Här. Jackdaws Rest. Den questen är väldigt lång. Jag tror att den är ungefär 40 minuter. Nej. 30 minuter kanske lång. Ish. 15-30 till 30 minuter lång. Och det är väldigt långt. Så jag tänker att vi börjar del nummer 4 med den questen. Men nu ser jag här att jag är snart level 10. Så jag kommer hitta på någonting som får mig att gå upp i level. Sista biten. Dock vet jag inte vad.
Revelio.
Nej, fel. Jag kan visa er här.
Lumos.
Precis. Sen ska det finnas en fjäril där.
Revelio.
If only a new student were to help me with my sad
Här är Undertexter.
some kind soul help me.
Vi gör så här. Jag försöker hitta någonting som jag kan hjälpa mig att gå upp en level. Vi gör så här. Nej, den här ger mig ingenting.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Peeves. Oh. Jag försökte liksom hitta...
Revelio. Protego.
This cannot
Lumos.
possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Okay, that's like Carl.
I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Ja, vi såg en där uppe ju.
Empty paintings like this around the school.
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come over if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Där har vi den. Men nu vill jag väl 10, men jag tänker att vi gör den här också.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Det är ju här nere.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Accio, let's get you back to your frame.
Oh my god.
Perhaps I need to keep casting lumos on it.
Ja, jag försökte.
I knew there was a connection.
Så där, ja.
I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Där också en sån. Jag går...
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out.
Mm.
The moth! I should have seen that.
I really have made a mess.
Accio. Incendio.
Så, jag tror att det här blir ett perfekt ställe att avsluta detta avsnitt på. Och som sagt, vi kommer fortsätta detta på måndag nästa vecka. Jag kommer att flytta fram, jag kommer försöka lägga ut en Hogwarts Legacy video varje måndag, onsdag, fredag. Så vi syns på måndag den 10 juni. Sen kommer det komma ett litet uppehåll. Kanske inte komma lika många videos i veckan beroende på hur jag löser det. Men vi får se hur det blir i juli, för att jag ska försöka ta lite semester och det också. Så ja, men jag hoppas att ni har tyckt... Tyst. Jag hoppas ni har tyckt att det här har varit kul att kolla på och höra mig svära när jag blivit nästan uppäten av fienden. Så ses vi i nästa video. Ha det bra. Hej!